The power of a single entity or individual is remarkable. But when those individuals come together in perfect harmony, that's when the real magic happens. It's amazing what we can achieve when we work as one. The strength in support and unity is where true progress is born. Together, we can grow, create new and brilliant things, find innovative solutions, and spark inspiration in others. By collaborating, teaching others, and sharing our wisdom, we have the opportunity to change the world for our people and planet, for the greater good. It's about the power of the collective. It is unity. It is Kishugu, for the greater good.
Johan Heine from Kishugu, you have probably one of the most interesting situations in your hands that I think scares a lot of people, but is a very necessary part of not only the agricultural community, but for the wildlife community and for preservation. And that's you fight fires from the air.
Yes, since 1986 I've been involved. 85 I was the first pilot in Mpumalanga that got involved in aerial firefighting, and since then we've grown the business to cover the whole country and actually starting to get involved in Australia and South America.
How advanced are we, or how backward are we in fighting fire from the air?
We're very advanced. I think we're one of the most advanced countries in the world. We lean and mean. We're very fast on the fires. Our resources are adequately spread throughout the country, and the government the last 10 years have really contributed considerably in order to cover the rest of the country, because they started with the forestry industry protecting their assets, but the need to protect the rest of the landowners throughout the country became sort of evident, and the government stepped in and supplying resources.
Now you have to have dams nearby, obviously, or some form of water, and you scoop it, don't you?
There's two. With the helicopters we scoop out of the dams. There's an adequate dams in the country. We've never had a problem with not having adequate dams, sometimes a bit further, but adequate. And then the second, we've just brought in the first air tractor 802s, which carry 3,000 litres and are worldwide used, and we're now introducing the new modern fixed wing technology in the country.
So what it's got is an aircraft, but instead of passenger seats or cargo inside, you've got great big tanks.
Yes.
And you fill them up on the ground.
That's right.
It must be an almighty task taking off some very powerful engines there.
Yes, it's over 1,000 horsepower engines, then 3 tons of water, and they've got a computerized door to optimize the dump and to compensate for the speed, the height, and the type of fire. You actually program it, and it dumps with a computer the door.
Now the average farmer cannot afford to have one on standby. So how does he get to use your facility at Kishugu?
The Working on Fire program, Kishugu implements the Working on Fire program, which is a government program. We implement on their behalf. So the Working on Fire program is well known throughout the country, and the FPAs, the Fire Protection Associations, are closely linked to Working on Fire, and the farmers are members of the FPA. So through that structure, through the FPA structure and Working on Fire, it's relatively easy, if you do your homework, to get access to aerial support and even support on the ground for any landowner, any farmer in the country.
Obviously, coming from the Western Cape, I'm disheartened, saddened, tearful sometimes to see Table Mountain on fire. And some years ago it was horribly on fire. Were you responsible for dousing that fire as well?
Yes, we've been, for the last 10 years, been quite intensively involved in the Western Cape, and we put also covering the whole Western Cape during the summer. And fortunately, the fynbos vegetation from time to time needs fire, but we focus on the unwanted fires.
Let's finish off on this point. We've talked about South Africa. Are you is Kishugu handling anything across the border?
Yes, definitely. Swaziland and neighboring countries, Mozambique, we do react to that. just probably did have it yesterday, but FFA, which was the Forest Fire Association, started in 1986. So we've got nearly 30 years of experience. We've recently changed to Kishugu for various reasons. So it's a new area, a new dawn, where we will implement for the government, we will expand internationally, and it's a very exciting time for us.